Hello, good evening, dear friends. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, viewers. You can never take it away, and that is the truth, because everything we need is in Africa. And the desire of everybody is to return back to Africa where you are kings and queens. And that is the title of the music. And I want to welcome each and every one of you this evening. It's 10 p.m. here in Veneto, Italy, and it's my pleasure to have you. My name is Ikem Patrick DK, and with me is Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE. Hello, good evening, Professor.
Thank you very much. Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, Professor, you are shining today. What is the secret? You are looking everly fresh, everly good.
I eat traditional organic food. I only consume traditional organic food, Igbo food, where I came from. I don't eat foreign foods.
Thank you
Traditional
very much.
and organic.
Thank you very much, Prof. You're welcome to the program. We want to encourage our
I hope
viewers.
you understand that.
Yeah. I know. I can see it's already written all over you that you are eating healthy. And that is the essence of this program, to educate our people on the need for us to go back to the farm and cultivate to enable us eat healthy, because you cannot eat healthy if you do not grow your food. If you do not grow your food, you cannot determine what you eat. And that is the reason we are here, to encourage our people to return back to the farm. And it's my pleasure to have you. I want to encourage each and every one of you following us to please share this program, make it go around, tag your friends, invite your friends, because we'll be rounding up in the next 1 hour. It's going to be a short program as much as we can. Prof, how was your week, by the way?
Well, the week is full of seminars, starting off lectures. We've been busy harvesting and doing our rice in bags at Anako. So it has been a very tedious week, but it's okay. It's part of growing up.
Yeah, so you are now in the season of rice cultivation.
Yeah, it depends on when you planted. We harvest rice 3 times a year.
Okay,
3 times.
so when the rice that you are harvesting now, right?
Yeah, we just finished.
The rice you are harvesting now. Yeah, when was it planted?
4 months ago.
That was around September 20.
Yeah, September to October, yes.
2020. And you are harvesting, and you have the intention of also, how do you, because you said you can harvest 3 times in a year. So basically,
it depends on
yes.
Yeah, it depends on the area. There are some areas you cannot. There are some areas you can. Like Anako, you can harvest 3 times a year. Like Umumbo, you can. Yeah. And some other places you can harvest twice a year. It depends on the area. Some places where you need rain. Some places the water comes from the ground and rises up, like Umumbo. You can harvest 4 times a year. You can harvest 3 times a year, every 4 months for rice. But Irish potato, you can harvest also 3 times a year without rain. Without rain, 0 rain. You put it on an enclosure where you have transparent tarpaulin where sun can shine on it, and you reduce the rate of rain on it. Such ones you can harvest 3 times a year. We're talking of plants. You can harvest 3 times a year.
Okay, so these are the possibilities, these are the opportunities that are available to our people.
Yes. The weather is very friendly. We have very nice. Don't need to go into the process of trying to organize or make the weather suitable. We don't have to do that, like in the desert, like in the winter area, and so on and so forth. We have all the year planting and harvesting season in our state, in our area. In Anambra, where I am now, you can plant all the year round. It depends on the area too. As I said, It depends on the year. For example, this very month of January 2021, we will start planting in Umumbo, in Agamere local government area. 7,000 hectares of rice farm will start planting this very month of January. Some areas there you can't, but as I said, it depends on what you want to plant. But again, you can also plant without rain under the shade. We're not talking about greenhouse. No, greenhouse is a little bit.
I think Prof is having usual network issues, but when he comes back, we'll return him back to the network. Yes, I think he's back. Prof, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay, so you were talking about harvesting of rice.
Yeah, harvesting of rice at Umumbo is 3 times a year. We start planting the end of this January, we'll start planting to harvest in the next 3 months. Then we harvest, we plant again, we harvest, we plant again, we harvest. There are some things you can also do without greenhouse, like Irish potato. I do not like to call them Irish potato. I'm only calling it Irish potato for identity. We are talking of Igbo potato or Biafran potato, which we grow here in empty bags or containers, which you can grow under protected shade where the sun is not directly on it. All you need to do is to start watering it every 2 days. You can also harvest that in the next 3 or 4 months, which is also very big money spending and has a very large market. Or else we'll continue to depend on imported food from other states or from outside the world. And it will never be genetically the same with your body. It can never be the same thing with the one you took from your farm. It will not do the same thing to your body. They can never be, because the crops from China, crops from another country, I'm not condemning them, can never develop Igbotic body or Calabar body or Akwa Ibom body or Bayelsa body. It can never. You have your farm, you have your land. That's why you were put there by either God or Shuku or she or whatever, or by nature, so that you take your food from your own farm and be healthy, because that's where you came from. So you can plant and harvest.
Yeah, so it is quite interesting to know that at this point in time we have developed our agricultural system to the point that we can actually have a multiple harvest within a year, an annual period, and it is a very big development. And I believe it offers people the opportunity for high food production and also capacity to also earn through agriculture, unlike what we used to have in the past, where people have to, you harvest your cassava, you leave that particular space of land, you wait for another 4 years for that land to, develop, to retain its nutrients. Let me use the word nutrient, to be able to replant again. That was what we used to have in those days, where we actually plant in a season and we abandon the land for a period of like 4 years for fertility. Yes. No. So, but today we have a system where people can actually continue to grow their crop on a particular land, and you have the organic manure. Yes, and you have the organic manure, like you've explained, that can help you. Yeah, so like we all know that Prof is in Biafra land, and we know the situation of the network. We have one other person, Izuchukwu. I don't know if Izuchukwu is available to talk to us. Hello, Izuchukwu. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm happy to be here. Yeah. I was invited by Prof. He's my mentor.
Okay,
Can you
you're
hear me?
welcome. I can hear you very well. Good evening. Welcome
All
to the
right.
program. Can you
All
please
right.
introduce? Can you please introduce yourself to us?
All right. I am PROF's mentee. He's my mentor. Okay. I'm an agric enthusiast. I also am a specialist. I have a master's degree and first degree in plant science and biotechnology. All right. So I've been following him. I enjoy his posts. So I'm happy to be here to learn more from my mentor.
Thank you very much. So, what do you have to? What advice do you have for our followers?
I really need us to come together and acquire more lands so that we can, farm. We can farm. Prof is well read. He understands the problem with GMOs and inorganic, components in agriculture and their effects on us. They are really using Africa as a dumping ground. We need to grow our own food, but the challenge is the land. For where I am, from Abia State, my family does not have land, and there is little I can do. Even if I want to do, I'm yet to acquire land. Okay, so if there is a way for us to pull resources together as Biafrans, acquire more lands, hold on to our territory and build our food. In Nigeria, yeah, our threat may not even be food coming from outside the country, but food coming from the north. And we are at their mercy. There is what is called biological warfare. They can do anything, since we are over dependent on the north for our food. Thank you.
That's beautiful. I'll be bringing you back, so I urge you to remain standby because we
All right.
have today. We have a lot of guests. We have a lot of people hanging out who want to talk to us. We have Alozie Jessica Immaculate. Hello, Alozie Jessica Immaculate. Good evening. Is Jessica there? Okay, Jessica is not responding. I would like to bring in Happiness. Awugosi. Is Happiness there? Happiness, can you please unmute? Can you please unmute yourself if you want to talk to us? Because you are muted. Okay, we will be going to Bello. We'll be going to Bello and wait for Happiness to unmute. Hello, Bello. Bello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, you're welcome to the program. You've just muted yourself. Can you please unmute yourself?
All right, I've done that.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
Oh, I'm Bello Aderonke Kudirat.
Okay, Bello Aderonke Kudira. Welcome.
Yes, I'm just joining the
Welcome.
platform.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to the program. Are you a
Thank you
student
very
of
much.
Prof? Are you a student of Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
So what have you learned from the Prof since? How long have you been with Prof? Let's start from there.
2, 3 days ago.
Just 3 days ago. So what have you been
Yes,
able
please.
to? What have you been able to learn from Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE?
Oh, what I've been able to learn from Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE is just that we can take ownership of our food bank and make it well, and in a way that we won't be dependent on foreign supply.
Beautiful. So, which agricultural area do you have interest in? Is it in
Vegetables,
crops, animal
crop,
husbandry?
no,
Yes,
crops,
tell me.
crops, crops, crops.
Specifically, what kind of crop are you into?
I haven't started. Like I said, I just joined him 2, 3 days ago, but he's trying
Okay,
to
but
introduce
but
me.
before you joined Prof, what were your intention? What areas were your areas of specifically your areas of interest? What were you thinking when you decided to go into this research, into this program? What were you thinking? What were your specific area of interest?
My areas of interest is that I love to contribute into the areas of food production. That is to increase food, put food on people's table. So those
Okay,
are my
so but
areas.
you are yet to decide on specifically the kind of product you want to really go into in terms of cultivation, if it's animal husbandry.
No, like I said, I'm not doing animal husbandry. I want to go into crops.
Okay, you want to go into crops. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you,
Yes.
Deronke. If there is need, we're going to bring you back. It's my pleasure having
All right.
you. So you can
My
hang
pleasure.
on.
I'm
You
happy
can
to be
hang
here
on
too.
with
Thank you
us.
very much. Yes.
You can hang on with us on the platform. Hello, Prof.
Thank you
It
very
seems
much.
you have a lot of students around you.
Well, yeah, both east, west, north, and south will be going around, especially in the eastern region where I stay. The Adorinka that I just spoke, that Bello, I'm persuading her to go into um, Irish potato because she's in Lagos at Ikorodu, and she has at least her own personal 7 plots of land, which she wants to go inside. And I'm going to the farm myself. I'll be going to the farm to visit her myself and get the work started to see the results. Some people have land, some Biafrans have land in the west and in the east, in the north. What they do is to go and build houses there. Why not use that land and farm and bring the proceed to Biafran land? So what is not a better business? So my sister there is my client, is my student, and she will do very well very soon. Very, very soon. The next 4 months, she'll be smiling at home because important is just to start. When you start, you see that the best business on earth going will be fine.
So I think Prof
Will
is
be
having
farming.
his usual difficulties. I hope that he is able to sort things out. Prof, are you better off now? I can see you are having some difficulties with you over there.
Yeah, I'm okay now. I'm okay now. So what we are trying to say is that we are going into total farming, and I encourage everyone to use the land instead of building houses with the land. Use the land to acquire enough money to send, just like the Lebanese, like the Asians, or the Indians, like the white Caucasians come to Africa and say Africa is poor. Yet they collect gold, silver, diamond, and all this and use it to develop their own country. And they say we are poor. We are a developing nation. Yet it is from here they got all they want to develop, even for the aeroplane, for the rockets. And they go do the same thing. Go to wherever you want to go. Bring whatever you can get from there. Use it to develop the land here. Use it to develop the structures here. Use it to enrich your people so that poverty will go, so that health issues will go, so that food production will no longer be a problem. Now, somebody said something from Imo State that land is a problem. I'm telling him to come tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday here. Come on Monday. I'll give you 3,000 hectares of land free of charge for the next 35 years. I don't want anybody to ever use his mouth to say that land is a problem in the eastern region. It is a lie. The biggest lie, the biggest threat is fear. Fear of nothing. And nothing, fear is an empty dark space. All you need to do is to put the light. So tell him that spoke now before me that he should come on Monday. I will give him free of charge 3,000 hectares of land, farmland, free. Don't pay any money. Just take it as your own for the next 25 to 35 years. Use it. That tells you that the stories, there is cluster for every wind. What we say, I give excuse, are not there. Don't give any excuse. There's land everywhere, both in the east, and we can grow all the crops in the whole world. All crops can be grown here. All. Tell me the crop
Is it
that grows in
true?
Europe and I develop it.
Yes, I can see Prof. I can hear him. Prof,
Okay.
I'm the one from Abia State. 20 minutes
Okay.
before the show, you sent me the invite, and we are regular, we are regular friends that exchange pleasantries on WhatsApp.
Is
So
it true?
I will meet you on Monday. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Izuchukwu, you complained earlier that you have the challenges because in your family you don't have enough land where you can explore. Now, yes, now in this forum, Prof have been able to prove that land is not a problem. Do you agree with that?
Of course, I agree with him. I'm looking forward to him and getting access to the land, then I will show my zeal, I will show my interest, I will show my expertise.
Okay, you have
Beautiful.
land now.
All
Beautiful.
right.
Monday.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Isuchukwu. You have been able to have the opportunity to own enough land for you to, carry out your agricultural exercise, and I hope you'll be able to utilize that. Now,
Of
Prof.
course.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Prof, I would like to, because we've received series of calls, we have received series of people trying to contact us on this platform. A lot of people want to have your contact, but we try to process some of these contact before sending them across to you. There's this collaboration with Oriental Origin, and we'll try to see how we can manage the situation. And we have somebody who said, I'm eager, I live abroad, I'm eager to go into potato farming as soon as possible. And he said, I want to start this investment, and as soon as I start this investment, I want to return back home to Biafra land.
Good.
What do you have to tell? Yes. He's a young man who lives abroad, and he has been disturbing, he has been pressuring that he wants to know what now. The question is, because this forum will also give an opportunity to answer some of the pertinent questions that people are asking in terms of land. Now, if somebody have a land in an environment that is not much accessible, do you advise that the person go into that kind of venture, or are you ready to provide land that is accessible for people who are ready to invest? Like you said, there is a lot of land, but we are talking about accessibility.
All the lands I have are all accessible. And as I told him or her, you don't need land to farm. All you need is empty bags of rice, kg bags or cement bags. You can farm hundreds of thousands of fruits in empty bags. So you don't actually need land so bad. But as I said, most of the land, majority of the land I have, they are all accessible. It's on the quota area, and it's where we have been farming for the past 10, 11 years. Most people may not even need the land. What you need is just a shade for plants. We're not talking of animal husbandry. All you need to do is use waterproof, transparent waterproof to protect direct sunlight, or something will teach you what you are going to use to protect direct sunlight on the farm. And then you water it. You water it during the dry season. Some of the crops do not like our rain. Some of the crops do not like the rain here, the rainforest. So what we do in such cases, what we do is to protect them from rain, also protect them from insects and other pests here, but without expenses like greenhouse and whatever. We have imported greenhouse. We have Biafra made greenhouse. The ones we made here, we constructed by ourselves. You can show them if you have it in the video I've sent you. We've been doing this for the past 10, 11 years, so we have experience. So if you need land, they are all accessible. If you don't have to buy land, we can start with your compound. Your compound enough to take 500 empty bags of 50 kg bags. With that, you can make a minimum. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to exaggerate. With, as I said, if you have 500 empty 50 kg bags, you divide it into two. Half of it will be CAZ, pig dung. Half of it will be topsoil. You mix them, allow them to ferment for 2 weeks. Then you plant 1 to 4 Irish potato on each. At the end of 4 months, those things you plant will give you 3.88 million naira. And it will cost you between 100,000 to 150, 170,000 to do that. And you don't need rain for such projects. And you don't need borehole for such projects either. We have made it possible that anybody can farm. Whether you have the money or you don't have the money, you can farm. There are farms you can farm in your corridors. At your corridor, what I am asking people, return to farm and see the benefits there. Sometimes those who may not want to farm may be involved in marketing. Those who don't want to be involved in marketing may be involved in packaging, in finishing, or supply of materials like tractors, like harvesters, and so on and so forth. We also have people who can be transporting people to the farm, drivers, public transport. You can also hire and rent Okada and motor to be transporting people to the farm. As long as this business starts, it's all encompassing. We can employ more than 5,000 youths now in the farm and in other projects that are surrounding them. This is a very big industry. We're talking of plants. We're not even talking of animals. If you get to the animals now, you see how the thing can blow your head. All I said is that I am willing, I am ready to come and start off at your cost. Of course, if I come into your area, I'm your guest. You are my host. You cannot starve me with food.
Yeah,
you feed me. You take care of my hotel.
Basically, Prof, I think Oriental Origin will do that, you know, in terms of,
we'll do that.
Because we're already working on also training, and we've been able to send the proposal. We have training that will be coming up in our bar, and we send the proposal, the cost and everything to those who are sponsoring it. And like we said, anybody who is coming, we should get in touch with Oriental Origin, and Prof will be there to take you through the journey. Professor, last week we talked about series of issues. We talked about also the animal husbandry, and you know,
on the health issue.
Yes, and also we also talked about the pharmaceutical, that we have series of herbs that people can actually do herbs and supply to the pharmaceutical industry.
All is well.
Which is another different dimension of what we are talking about.
Yes, we are talking of health issue. Now, when you eat organic over Europe and different parts of the world now, they are no longer having organic products, organic foods. When you eat something organic, something from your tradition, something from your farm, raw and live, you eat the life inside the crop itself. And this is what makes you grow and become healthy. Let me explain to you. You have 3 lives to live, 3 lives to live. Everybody that are hearing me, the first life is 25 years. You have 93 trillion cells in your body. The first life, your cells are growing. You need milk, you need egg, you need all the things that make the cells grow. The second life is another 25 years, from 26 to 50 years. Your cells are aging. You need anti-aging crops and food. The last set of your life is between 56 to between 51 to 75 years. At that moment, you are dying. You need living things, living plants that are alive. You need to take them raw from nature and eat them. Now, that will help you to maintain so that you can live up to 120, 130 years old. These things I'm explaining to you, they are all traditional rules and regulations that will help you. We have lost out our tradition, and we are buying tradition from China, from India. So your body now, your head is made from China, your leg is from Italy, your stomach is from India, and your right hand is from Cameroon, and so on and so forth. You are all pash-pash. That's why you are sick. That's why you are dying. That's why you are running around for help. And you cannot be healed until you return to nature and take the natural food according to age dispensation. 3 lives, 25, 25, 25. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Why I'm saying this, we handle things traditionally here. I've told them in the program that there is nothing like terminal disease in African society. Cancer is the simplest and easiest sickness to treat, followed by that, and it will shock you, followed by sickle cell from SS to AS. These are here. Please, I'm not interested in medical jargon and jamborees and lies and by pharmaceutical industries. before the standard they have, what obtained? Why not our own standard, their own content? If they have a standard, what was before the standard? What I mean is, for example, in Igbo language, a dog is called Nkita. That was the name. Now, but today the name is dog, so that you understand me. So before it became a dog, what was the name? If the name was Nkita, why should dog take away Nkita from my mouth? So before the standard you have now, which came from pharmaceutical industry called Pharmica. Pharmica means witchcraft or sorcery. Now, that's the origin of the word pharmacy. Now, if that was in existence, what came before it? What came before it was traditional, which kept our forefathers 120 years, 140 years. Why is it that today is 50, 70, 60, we are dying? How come that our people, if you go to the villages now, you won't see anybody above 80 years old? What is happening? Something has changed our eating habit. What us? So we need to return to
I think Prof is having a usual network problem, and Prof, I want to see if I can bring back Izuchukwu once again. I'll be going to Aderonke Bello. Izuchukwu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah. So you said you studied. You have masters in. Give us your profile again, please, because it's very, very important, so that we'll be able to see what you can impact in the life of our people with your studies.
All right, as well. I studied plant science and biotechnology, plant biotechnology option for University of Port Harcourt. I was the second best graduating student, and then I proceeded to do masters in the same course, plant biosystematics, and I specialized in medicinal plants. They call it ethnomedicine, phytomedicine, ethnomedicine. So my MSc thesis was on the medicinal plants in Ungwa land, the 9 local governments that make up Ungwa land in Abia State. I went round and collected medicinal plants and checked, their efficacy. So I'm involved. Okay, in fact, I rounded that master's program with 4.88. Okay, a first class in the field. Yeah, I started PhD in 2014, finished coursework by 2016. And somehow I'm yet to round off the program, and I had to drop out. The records are still there. The PhD is the first PhD set of African Center of Excellence in Uniport, Center for Oilfield Chemicals and Research. Apart from that, I've been trained by Uchi Pines Institute in the US, on lifestyle medicine, simple natural remedies. I've been trained in that. So I've been pursuing that passion. So the first time I met Prof, I had the advert on radio that he was coming to handle a seminar in Port Harcourt, Emerald Hotel by Rumola. I attended the program, and that was where I met Prof. And I tried to do a follow-up. That was how I got talking with him on WhatsApp. Let me stop there for now.
That's a beautiful one. It shows that you have a vast knowledge in your field of specialization.
Yes,
but what are the challenges you're facing? What are the challenges you're facing right now?
All right. Okay, let me just tell you a bit. I spent 2 years in Empower, Nigerian government's Empower Agro program. So I was further trained. We rallied around among ourselves and set up a cooperative society, the Empower Beneficiaries for Agriculture. Okay, we tried to access loan. We tried to get land, difficulties. I know I once told, several times I've hinted, Prof, about my challenges. I'm just looking for a bootstrap, an initial boost to hit the ground running. That has just been the challenge. Okay, last year during the lockdown, I went to Nesal Bank. I went to another microfinance bank. My commercial bank said, no way. If it is agriculture, no way. Besides, you don't have a collateral. I've tried to register last year I got a name for a limited liability company to go into agriculture, you know, name, but to follow through with the processes of registering a limited liability company could not work. So somehow I've just been limited by circumstances. But Prof always encouraged me that there is no room for excuses. That if I really want to do something, I will do something. And I believe this year I will make a difference, God willing. God has already begun a good thing.
Beautiful, because we are trying to take advantage of opportunities that are available. We want to see how we can work in synergy with different fields. And Oriental Origin is there to cover the gap. Professor, yes, what are the possibilities that we have in terms of taking advantage of these beautiful talents, developing you know, the structures? What are the possibilities? Because I know that there are always possibilities. How do we rally together as a people, like what we are doing in Oriental Origin, trying to rally together with those in the diaspora and those back based at home to see how we can pool resources in making our dream as a people come true? Because we've seen a lot of people, a lot of talents are wasting. We can no longer put our hope on the government for whatever assistance, because it is very, very clear and obvious that the government have failed. But we cannot just fold our hands and say, let's keep hoping. We just have to put action on the ground.
Yeah, we think, I told people like him, like my friend who had just spoken when I went to Parakot, and I said, just all the areas in the Eastern region, trying to encourage them. You may not always get what you need from where you expect, but keep on doing something and keep on packing your researches, keep it there. It is not compulsory that you start a game and finish it. You can start somewhere, have a journal, data of what you have done. Your son and your son's son. If you cannot build a house, your son can build a house. Now, these are the things. But again, as I said, when you start anything, never ever give up in any good venture. We know that people are perishing here because of suppression of the Eastern region. Had been in suppression since 1904. They have been suppressing these people for a long, long time. All those who are suppressed should come together as a unit and take care of their needs. A lot of talents are there. He is one of them. I met him in Parakot. There are so many that I do not need to tell them to give up, because if you give up, then why are you alive? Failure is only power to start again. You only fail when you give up. That's the meaning of failure. So, but when you keep riding on, one day you will see the light you are looking for. It may not come from government, because I don't think it will ever come from government. The lands I got, it took me 11 years to be able to acquire these lands. 11 good years of patience and persistent going, which so many of them can account for those who may be calling in from Akwa Ibom, Calabar, Bayelsa, Kogi, Ebonyi, everywhere. I have to drive to those places by myself, 2 or 3 convoy vehicles, and they all belong to me. And I was furnishing, I was paying for hotel bill and so on and so forth, because I know that what we're saying, there are many talents that are buried. There are so many talents that are lost here. That's why many of them want to travel abroad. And when they travel abroad, those talents they have, they may not be opportuned to use it abroad. They'll start looking for money, hand-to-mouth feeding, how to take care of their family, bring dollars at home, the same recycling, the same brain drain. Now, the Western world is looking for brain. Before, they were looking for muscles. So it becomes the same recycling of enslavement of the mind. So I'm telling them now that there will be opportunities for those who have traveled abroad to invest in multitude of talents that are perishing here. And when these things are done, those people can make this place a new heaven. If you really wish to make this place a better home for you to come back and see what is going on, forget about what the news media they're saying. There's kidnapping, there is that. There is no place in the world that is safe. America, I have lived there. Canada, there. Switzerland, there. Sweden, there. I've gone to many countries. There is no place that is safe. The safest place in this world is your home. where you belong, where you're not a second-class citizen, where you are not working for somebody to be earning from what you're worth, where you are not being taxed to become a slave to a system. The best place you will develop is your home. There is no other place better than where you can develop. Do you understand what I'm saying? So people like that, there are many. And you need to weep for the Easterners, especially the Easterners. Because in the North, you have access to whatever money you want. Most of the people, I don't want to mention their names because they're also my friend in the North. Most of the farms they have are sponsored by governments. But here, they will ask you all kinds of stories and questions and turn you left, right, and center. There was a group that came from US, let me mention, but not much. They needed land to bring cows from America to use it to crossbreed with Igbo cow that is intelligent, that goes in and comes out so they can produce milk and cheese. They went to the governor. I don't want to mention the name of the governor. For 6 months, the governor could not give them land. They went to another governor. For another 3 months, the governor could not give them land. That was 9 months. But when they came to me, in 1 week, I gave them land in 3 states to go ahead and do the job. They asked me, how much do I want? I said, no, this is not for how much. This is a mission that must be accomplished. So my young man who has spoken, there are many like that, like him. What we need to do is to encourage these people. Nobody send you abroad to go there and live as a second-hand citizen. Nobody send you abroad to go there and become popular. When you're old, when they finish using your brain, they will dump you. Or when you are very sick, they use your sperm to fertilize their own to get what they're looking for, just as they did the Nadas and the Hottentots. And you know, we are talking of history. What they did to Nadas. Nadas lived within the Suez area, what they did to them. And they were bombarded in 1942 to kill them because of what they did to those people. They took the brains of the Hottentots. They took their brains, also married their women and killed all their men in order to have intelligence. What they did to them is what they are doing to you. They are going to use your sperm to fertilize their own Caucasians. If you don't know, when you are sick in the hospital and they need your gene, the M, capital M, that once is 8 marker, to be able to reproduce what they are looking for. So it is better for you to invest in this land. And that investment is money you will recall in thousands. If you send $2,000, $3,000 to your family, they are going to eat it. They are going to make use of it and they're going to ask you for more. And they will never stop asking you. So it is better to give somebody, teach somebody how to catch fish than to keep giving the person fish. It is better you invest $1,000 in the head of your brother or your cousin or your father and mother. Let him meet the organization. Meet him the organization that is talking to us now. Let them meet them. When they meet the Oriental, when they meet them, they will be able to organize them in such a way that that $1,000 will grow to $10,000, $5,000, $6,000, $20,000. Do you understand what we're saying? That's exactly the business. The Lebanese understand this business. Even the Igbo man understand this business. Why are we not doing it any longer? It's something might have happened to our mental psyche. Something has happened. Why are we not what we were? Because we are no longer eating the food we are supposed to be eating. We are eating foreign food, and the foreign food has changed our brain. It's what we eat that eats us. So that is what I'm going to say about this matter.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you very much. Your analysis actually, you've said it all. And we have one happiness who I'm trying to link up, but happiness key is muted and I can't bring her on except she's unmuted. I want to see if I can get back to Aderon K. Bello. Are you there?
Yes.
Yes, so Aderonke Bello, you are based in Lagos. You say you are in Ikorodu?
Yes, please. My land is at Ikorodu, but I'm living around Agege in Lagos.
Okay, you are
But my
living
land,
around.
Agege in Lagos, but my land is at Ikorodu.
Okay, so you are ready to take care of Prof's expenses to come down all the way from East.
I hope to speak with him to know the cost of bringing him. I know that Prof is a junta. He has so much he has to give some to us, and I want to tap from that pool of experience. So definitely, I would be glad to take care of the cost of bringing Prof to Lagos State, provided it should not be too high for me to bear. You know, I'm a civil servant, and I'm a civil servant. I've been in businesses. I've gone to do rice business, long grain, parboiled rice. I've gone into that. I've gone into clothes business. I try to run event centers. All these and more are the things I have done, and I can see that they are not really giving me my dream, and that was why I felt that okay, I want to diversify into farming, believing that I'm going to make it. I'm going to be passionate about it. But the way I listen to Prof and the few things he's been doing, I am assured in my mind that I'm going to make it. I'm going to break the barriers. I'm going to break the barriers. So definitely, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I'm going to bring Prof to Lagos State, so that I can see where my land is. You can guide. You can hold my hand and guide me to be up there. God on my side. God on our side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aderonke. That is a wonderful faith you got there. And
Mm,
you know, so a prof is somebody with so much knowledge that
yes.
even people around him question his knowledge. They ask him, all this research you are doing, what are you doing with them? So you find out that most of the time, a king is not actually valued much in his environment. But we are happy that you have so much confidence in Prof. And maybe
Yes.
in the nearest future, we definitely want you to return to this program to give us the testimony of what the knowledge and the contribution Professor Chinedu Abodike have made in your life.
Hopefully,
And
hopefully, hopefully.
yes, and I wish you success.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I wish you success, and I believe that Prof has what it takes to change your life in this
I'm
direction.
assured. I'm assured.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much, Aderonke Bello. I want to bring in Mazi Solomon Peter, who is on standby. Mazi Solomon Peter, welcome to the program. Good evening from here.
Good evening, Mazi Pat. From my end is good morning. Prof, good morning
Yeah,
from my end.
yeah, good morning. Good morning. It's good night, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Prof. You have been educating us. I appreciate the knowledge that you are sharing with us in this very program. Actually, you are making us proud, and you are also making us to understand that there is a lot of wealth around us. There is a lot of wealth in our community. There is a wealth of wealth in the land which the Lord has given our ancestors. That everything we need to survive as a people, as a race, that it is founded in our land. Remember, it is in
Yeah,
our land that they found oil, they mine oil. Mining
yeah,
is part of farming. Mining is part of farming. So such land that is rich with mineral resources, that is the land that the Lord has also used to bless us. And there is a lot of riches in the same land, which, according to the teaching of Prof, there is a lot of riches in that the same land that we have not been able to cultivate, that we have not been able to engage. And this is the time. This is the time. If you can look at your clock, on what your clock is ticking right now in the entire world as the new world order is coming, it's referring us back to nature. The only thing that will help us to survive in the things that is contained, the things that are contains in the new world order now is nature. We need to go back to nature. We need to go back to the way our ancestors lived and survived, because this new world order is going to change a lot of things about people's life. The only people that will survive it are people who were able to discover the nature around them and they engage in farming, making sure that what you eat is what you produce. Making sure we go back to organic food, making sure we produced organic food, making sure we provide, we farm what we eat, and the medicinal aspect of it as to keep us in this world of new order. You talk of the vaccine that is going on. How did they make those vaccines? And what are the future consequences of those vaccines that you might be forcing to take anytime, any moment from now? All these things has consequences, and we must take it serious. And they knows that our ancestors have left a lot of wealth for us. The land in which they are buried, their body contain wealth because they are buried in the land, and all that they produced, all that is in that their body that was buried on the land is a lot of wealth and the healing for we who are living in the present generations, and we need to cultivate them. So it is the time. So I still want to remind us that Oriental Origin is here. Do you want to organize training? Please contact us. Do you want seminar? Please contact us. Do you want one-on-one training in your farm to set up farm for you in your compound, in your land? Please contact us. We are going into mechanized farming. Even the things that your land cannot produce, we will mix the sand. You can farm in a bag. Not even if your land has been polluted with oil, with all these companies that are actually mining oil in our land. Even in a polluted land, even in a polluted environment, every space we have is good for farming. If the environment is polluted, that your farm cannot grow because of the what is in the air, you cover it. We show you how you can cover your farm in a polluted environment and grow your crops. Our people need to know this. We show you how to build houses for crops in a polluted environment. So there are certain things we have taken as an excuse for a very long time, which is going to be no more. When it comes to producing our own food, when it comes to farming our own food, no excuse. All these things that is happening now, imagine when they stop that no food will be imported from China, how are you going to survive? If they insist now and put a policy that no food will be imported anywhere, how are you going to survive? Because you have no plan. And we are running a risk of 200 and something million people in a country. And talking of the eastern region alone, we are running the risk of 70 to 80 million people. If they put a policy today, or if they put a blanket today and said no food, can you feed yourself? Now the lockdown that happened is a practical example, and that is why we say we can't keep quiet anymore. Only a few months people were locked in their house to curtail the virus that is in the society, and the people are dying of hunger. There is no food because they cannot walk in their backyard and see a fruit and pluck.
Maz, it wasn't even months. We are talking about days. We are talking about days. It's just a matter of just 1, 2, 3 days, and everywhere people are going crazy because there is no food preservation, there is no preservative system, there is no storage, there is no reservation whatsoever.
That is exactly the things that are staring in our face. How can people see this kind of trouble coming, and they are keeping quiet, and they are not articulating, they are not thinking? That is very, very bad, and we need to look into it. And that is why Oriental Origin is here to help you, to make sure that you are doing something as to regard. Imagine where every one of us who are into trading and in abroad, imagine where every one of us own farm. Imagine where every one of us own 2 plots of farm, 3 plots of farm, or even hectares. Imagine where every one of us, as many as we are in abroad, as many we are into buy and selling, trading, importation. Imagine where everybody have farm. Can we be talking about somebody? Can we be talking about when you lock down or when they put a policy that there will be no importation, we will complain of hunger? That is the number one problem that needed to be solved in a society, is to make sure that people are fed. That is number one sickness.
Mercy, don't forget we have a program in the next coming hour on Biafra television, and I would like you to reserve your energy for that program. We have just 5 minutes to go, and I'll be giving everybody 1 minute to. They will be coming back most probably by Friday, as usual. Yesterday we shifted PROF's program to today, and he was even the one pressuring me, saying, "Send me the link. Send me the link." Prof is so enthusiastic, and it's my pleasure. I'm happy that he, Prof.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Finally, I sent you the link, and I'm happy you came. And you also brought with you some of your enthusiastic students. You brought some of your wonderful people, and these are professionals in their field, interestingly, but they still saw the need to invest in agriculture. And this is the reason we are saying we need to bring in science, we need to bring in technology, we need to improve on our productivity, we need to go into mechanized agriculture. And these are the areas you are pursuing. Prof, I just want you to use only 1 minute to give us your final take for today's program, as we'll be coming back next week.
We have a lot of talents dying here in agriculture, in animal science, and so many talented people dying and perishing here because of lack of opportunity or quota system, or because of segregation, tribalism that is going on here. A lot of people are perishing. No opportunity is given to them. Let's open way for them to make use of what they have. If they die, they will die with their knowledge. If Emma Agbali did not go to US, we will not hear about him today. Maybe he would have been one of the hunters. Now, what we are saying that there's so many Emma Agbalis here, there's so many geniuses here. Those geniuses manifested themselves from 1967 to 1970. Those geniuses manifested themselves. They are here now perishing. And we're asking those abroad to invest. We're not asking you to bring your money. We're not interested in your money. Just as my brother said, very soon money will become something of the past. Very soon, the only thing that will be in this world is farming. Very soon there will be no banks. Very soon there will be no accountants. Very soon there will be no doctors. The world order means you need to return to nature, you need to return to your tradition. Where will you return to? Can you be an Englishman in England? You must remain an African, or an Igbo, or Yoruba. You must remain what you are. So please start investing for posterity's sake, for your own kids, for your own generation to come. Start investing here.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you very much. Aderonke Bello, are you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah, so what is your take, your final take on today's program?
Oh, my final take is just that don't start it and take ownership.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Aderonke Bello. It's my pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. My pleasure being here.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so Mazi Solomon, we are rounding up, and would want you to give us, as we will be shifting by 11, it's already here, we'll be shifting straight to Biafra television. Before we do that, give us your last take on today. You have just 1 minute.
Yes, before then, please, I would like you to display the number for people to contact, for people to reach out to Oriental Origin and the email address, if possible, for them to write to Rental Origin. The company is set up for consultations, to offer advice, and to also offer training for people who will wanting to use any type of their space to cultivate what can be of a big profit and gain for them. So please contact us, reach us. Don't die in silence. Step forward. There is a lot of profit. You know, there is a place where my farm is. I have 10 hectares there. So somebody who has a land in that my very side, also doing the farm, some people comes to hire his farm also. And what did they want to do there? They want to plant onubu bitter leaf. They said they want to export it to Canada, that they needed bitter leaf. They want to export bitter leaf to South Africa. And they are doing very well, and they even making money more than those ones who are useless in their lives in committing crime. There is a lot of wealth in our community. Come back. Call Oriental Origin. Write us with this email displayed here. Tell us your concern and the area that you wanted to invest, so that we can guide you properly and create wealth around you and around your community. Until we come your way again, my name remains Solomon Peter. Thank you, Mazi Pat, as we come to the end of the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon Peter. It's my pleasure to have you. The email and the phone number is on the screen. And for many of you who want to get in touch with Prof, you can also go through the same process. I will link you up. It's my pleasure to have you. It's been a wonderful day, and I believe we've learned a lot today. We'll be switching over to Biafra television because the agitation continues over there. Thank you very much, Mazi Solomon. Thank you, Professor CHINEDU AGBODIKE. Until we meet again, it's my pleasure, and I want to say good night from here.